Here, we are going to try question number 1 on AHS2021A Math Prelim Paper 2. Question 1 is on angles, specifically ASTC, that we have learned in A Math. Basically, the question tells us that angles A and B, they are both obtuse. So, you can think of it as A is more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. And B is more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. And the question also tells us that tangent A plus B is positive, which is 3/4. So without the use of calculators, for part I, state the range of angle A plus B. So if we look at these two inequalities over here, we can see that A plus B is actually between 180 degrees because I add 90 degree to 90 degree, and it is between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. For 360 degrees, I will add 180 degrees to 180 degrees, correct? But the question also tells us that tangent A plus B is equals to 3/4. Which means that A plus B must be between 180 degrees and 270 degrees. The reason why we change from 360 degrees to 270 degrees over here is because in order for tangent A plus B to be positive, which is 3/4, then A plus B, knowing the fact that A plus B is between 180 degrees to 360 degrees, it means that A plus B must be in the third quadrant. So I write that A plus B is between 180 degrees to 270 degrees. Okay, so these two informations combined allows us to know that the range of angle A plus B is between 180 degrees to 270 degrees, because like I mentioned earlier, in order for tangent A plus B equals to 3/4, which is a positive value, and we know that A plus B is between 180 degree to 360 degree, it means that A plus B is in the third quadrant. Therefore, I will write this inequality over here, and we are done with part I. Now for part II, find the value of sine A plus B. So let's draw the quadrant out. We know that A plus B is in the third quadrant. So let's draw a straight line in the third quadrant, and let's draw a right angle triangle. So this is so-called my basic angle, and based on the information given over here, tangent A plus B equals to 3/4, which means that my opposite is 3, okay, and my hypotenuse is, and my adjacent A is actually 4, okay. Now because this is in the negative X component and the negative Y component, so over here, I should write it as -4 and -3. Okay, so these values over here, -4 and -3, is derived using tangent A plus B equals to 3/4. Because we know that for tangent, the numerator here is the opposite and the denominator here is the adjacent. So this -3 here is the opposite, and this -4 here is the adjacent. And since they are in the negative X and the Y axis, we write it as the negative. And finally, the hypotenuse will always be positive. In this case, using Pythagoras theorem, we can see that the hypotenuse over here is actually equals to 5. Okay, so now we establish this diagram over here, we can easily see that sine A plus B, okay, in this case we can look at this alpha, the basic angle, as our reference. We can see that sine A plus B is O over H, which means that it is equals to minus 3 over 5. And we are done. Let's move on to part 3. Given that tangent B is equals to minus 12 over 5, find the value of cosine A. So what we are going to do over here is we are given tangent B and we are asked to find the value of cosine A. Okay, so let's walk through the thought process. If I can find what is tangent A, right? Then I can draw the diagram ASTC again with the straight line and the right angle, and based on the values of tangent A using the ratio, we can actually derive the ratio of the length of this right angle triangle over here, and then we can finally derive the the ratio of the last side of the triangle, and with this 3 information we can actually find cosine A, just like what we have done over here. So our job now is to try to find what is tangent A, and we are given tangent B. Okay, so let's look at tangent A plus B equals to 3 over 4 here. Let's write it down. How do I write this equation such that I can split it into tangent A and tangent B separately? Because I know what is tangent B, and if I know what is tangent B, I can find tangent A. Then subsequently I can find cosine A. So I'm going to use the double angle formula, which means that tangent A plus B is actually equals to, sorry, not the double angle formula. I'm just going to use the formula, okay, the addition formula, sorry. I'm going to use the addition formula. So tangent A plus B is actually equals to tangent A plus tangent B over 1 minus tangent A tangent B. So you can see that I sort of was able to split it into tangent A and tangent B separately. Now this is equals to 3 over 4. So now I know what is tangent B, right? Given in the question, which is minus 12 over 5. I can substitute this over here, and that will give me tangent A minus 12 over 5 over 1 plus 12 over 5 tangent A equals to 3 over 4. Which means now my equation over here, the only unknown is tangent A, and I can solve for tangent A right now. So simplifying this, we get minus 16 over 5 tangent A equals to 63 over 5. Okay, now if you are not sure how I get from here to here, let me write down the working. So I'm going to multiply this over, so I get tangent A minus 12 over 5 equals to 3 over 4 plus 36 over 20 tangent A. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over to the left hand side. We get tangent A minus 36 over 20 tangent A equals to, I'm going to bring this to the right hand side, 3 over 4 minus 12 over 5. So this over here is actually equals to minus 16 over 20 tangent A, right? Which is equals to 3 over 4 minus 12 over 5. In this case, this will be equals to 15 over 20 minus 48 over 20. Correct? So that, let me see. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, sorry, let me rework this again. Okay, let me work through it again. So I'm going to cross multiply this 2 over here. Okay, so this is 4 tangent A minus 48 over 5. So this is equals to 3 plus 36 over 5 tangent A. Okay, now I'm going to bring this over to the left hand side. I get 20 tangent A over 5 minus 36 over 5 tangent A, and I'm going to bring this over to the right hand side. I get 3 plus 48 over 5. Yeah, that will be correct. And let's go to the next page. So 20 tangent A over 5 minus 36 over 5 tangent A, that gives me minus 16 over 5 tangent A, which is equals to, so this 3 plus 48 over 5 is actually equals to 63 over 5. Now I'm going to divide this over to the right hand side. I get that tangent A is actually equals to 63 over 5 times 5 over minus 16. This gives me minus 63 over 16. Okay, now using this information and knowing that angle A over here is obtuse as given by the question, we can know that the ASDC diagram, the straight line, we will draw it in the second quadrant because angle A is actually the obtuse angle. And let's draw this right angle over here, and because this is my O and this is my A, right? So in this case, this will be my reference angle, the basic angle, and the opposite will be over here, which is 63. This is 63 and it is positive because we are in the positive y-axis. Okay, we are on top of the x-axis. Think about it that way. And the adjacent will be minus 16 because we are on the negative y-axis, negative x-axis. Okay, using Pythagoras theorem, we can evaluate the hypotenuse to be, let me do the calculation. (65). Okay, so based on this diagram over here, the ASDC that we have drawn, we can see that cosine A is equals to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is equals to minus 16 over 65. And we are done with question number 1.